Hey guys, today we're going to talk about DoTs, because some people asked me about how DoTs actually work. This strategy works not only for warlocks specifically, it also works for shadow priests, boomkins, and mages. I think it also works for warriors, bleeds, rogues, bleeds, and hunters, serpent sting, but I don't know. It also works for elemental shaman, flame shock. Well, how this works is that when you get procs, weapon proc, back proc from tailoring, trinket procs, trinket on use, whatever you got, you have to track them because your dots will not update with procs at all. You have to refresh your dot before they take effect from your buff. I'm just gonna show you how this works and commentary while doing it. I'm just gonna do my opener, but I'm not going for DPS, so I don't show my DPS meter. Anyways, how I'm doing is I'm just applying all dots and stuff like that in the beginning. Now I have all procs up, but I'm not gonna refresh my dots until my haunt is out, so don't lose anything from there. Now I refresh all my dots so that my dots get updated with my procs. Now, as you can see, some of my procs are veering off, but if you can see, my dots still deal the same damage as before they veer off. That means my dots actually snapshotted the stats I got from those procs. So my dots does more damage basically, and it's a huge DPS increase. If you do not refresh your dots because you're scared of refreshing them before they wear off, then you will not get any damage increase from your procs, and it's a totally waste, and your damage will be quite low. So those who didn't do this already will see a huge difference in their DPS when doing it. Also, an important thing to know is that debuffs, enemy debuffs like Curse of the Elements, 4th boss in Heart of Fear raid, I can't remember what it's called, gets a debuff on heroic that also takes 600% more damage. You don't have to refresh your dots to make them deal more damage in these situations. They update by themselves, but procs and stuff like that, you get buffs on yourself, you can say, does not update with dots, so you have to refresh them to get them updating. That means if you get 2 procs, you have to refresh your dots, for example, if they're refreshed without any procs up. So that's pretty simple actually. Also, haste for example warlocks. There's some haste thresholds. What these are is that if you hit a special amount of, for example, haste, or actually only haste, your dots will, some of your dots will get one extra tick, which makes that stat more better than your main stat, but only if you aim for this specific number. For warlocks, the best number is 4717. If this, it makes so that my corruption gets one more tick, and corruption regains shadow, soul shards. So I'm going for that. The next corruption tick is at 6636, and I don't want to reforge so much mastery into haste. If these things didn't exist, I would go flat out mastery. I wouldn't any haste point above 4717. I have a bit above now, but that's because I couldn't get closer. Any point above or lower is wasted, but it's always better to have above than lower. If you have like 1 point lower than the cap, it will be a huge decrease. But if you have like 1 point above the cap, it will be okay, but you could still add that one single stat to your main stat, which is mastery for affliction warlocks. So you just want to know about that. I'm just gonna show you a website that I know for these things. It's called Totem Spot. I just searched like this in my Google Chrome, and there should pop up a little website here, which looks like this. It shows haste thresholds for every single class and spec that needs it. So I hope you enjoyed this little guide. I hope you find it helping and stuff like that. So comment, rate and subscribe, and especially comment, and especially check out my channel. I have a lot of mini guides like this and full guides as well for the whole class. and I have raid footage, and I have just funny stuff, random stuff going on, and I'm uploading on a daily schedule. And of course comment. I like to answer comments. I answer mostly every single comment I get if they're they're like good criticism or questions or something. I'm not answering stupid question that doesn't make sense at all or something like that. So yeah, that's it from me.